So Michael Harris made a sick play to end yesterday's game against the Phillies, but after the game, a Braves player thought it would be a good idea to poke the bear and mock Bryce Harper, this guy right here. If I'm a Braves fan, I am not happy with that guy. Anyways, the Dodgers, they have owned the Diamondbacks over the last few regular seasons, but Zach Gallen and the boys, they're trying to right the ship and win game number 2 of the NLDS. And also, stay tuned until the end of today's video. Japan's #1 high school prospect, he is coming to the US. He's insane. All of that in today's MLB Recap. And just a reminder, Recap is presented by SeatGeek. Use code Fuzzy to save 20 bucks off postseason tickets or NFL tickets. All right, here we go. Game number 1, the Phillies at the Braves. Trey Turner, he kickstarted this one with a double. He has always seen Max Fried very well, and then Alec Boehm, he knocked in Trey Turner, and my, oh my, Zach Wheeler, he made history. He's the first starting pitcher in the history of the playoffs to have 6 strikeouts and 0 hits through the first 2 innings. He was absolutely shoving. JT Realmuto, he came into this game hitting .350 with 3 home runs versus Max Fried, make it 4 home runs now, and then my friend Bryce Stott, the Vegas boy, he made it 4-0 on a sac fly. Now, Zach Wheeler, he was still cooking with hot oil. Ronald, he got on via a walk, and then Albies, he got the first base hit of the game for the Braves, and then Ronald, he's gonna score on the second error of the night. I mean, I know it kind of bounced off the lip of the grass and it bounced up, and that's why Trey probably didn't catch it, but you gotta put your body in front of it at the very least if Ronald's trying to round third base. Travis d'Arnaud, he smoked a 2-run home run, his 10th postseason home run, and build the statue now, Austin Riley, he saves the Braves from the jaws of defeat. His 2-run blast set up a fun bottom of the 9th where Harper, he got on, and Castellanos, he ripped one deep, but like we said in the intro, Michael Harris, he caught it, he fired it in, and then Austin Riley, he saved the game again by picking it off and throwing it to first base to complete the double play. Ball game. That was basically the exact same catch from last year's playoffs when Chas McCormick robbed JT Realmuto in the World Series. Now, Atlanta, the fan base was going crazy, but this is kind of where you have to check your ego at the door. Orlando Arcia, he was caught mocking Bryce Harper in the clubhouse. He was yelling over and over, ha ha, attaboy Harper. Yeah, again, he's mocking this guy. Listen, believe in the baseball gods or don't, but if I'm an Atlanta fan, I am not happy with Arcia. The dude is 1 for 7 in the playoffs. He's hitting 191 over his last 47 games. Like, relax. Again, check your ego. Just because you're part of the best lineup in the history of baseball doesn't mean you can act out and mock Bryce freaking Harper. So game number 3, we don't know who's going to be going for the Braves, but Aaron Nola, he's going to be back on the bump for the Phillies, so that should be a fun game. The Diamondbacks were in Dodger Stadium yet again, and the Grayson Rodriguez as well as Bobby Miller starts were some of the most predictable outcomes I've ever seen. Now, I think that they're both crazy talented because they throw hard, they have nasty stuff, but wow, that's some pressure. I mean, not every rookie could be Alek Manoah when he said that pressure is something you put in tires. Anyway, Lourdes, he ripped a single up the middle to put the Diamondbacks up by 3, and Zach Gallen, he was sharp all night long. Now, he did allow a solo home run to JD Martinez, but then again, he's JD Martinez, so that's not a big deal. Now, he did get into a jam in the 5th. Runners on for Freddie Freeman, and you rarely see Freddie fooled that bad. Like, I've never seen Freddie Freeman's knees buckle on a pitch, and I just have to say, the Dalton Varsho trade is coming in huge in this series. Moreno, he had a big game 1, and Lourdes Gurriel Jr., he took over in game number 2. That's a home run. Now, LA, they grabbed a second run, but Arizona, they were able to escape that bases loaded jam, and that was pretty much the game. Paul Sewald with his 3rd save of the playoffs. Lance Lynn, he's going to toe the rubber for LA in game number 3 with the season on the line, while the rookie Brandon Pfaadt, he's going to try and fight his way to a series sweep. Now, just a side note, it might sound like I'm picking on Mookie Betts, but he's got to pick it up. Over his last 12 playoff games, Mookie Betts is hitting 136 with 0 home runs. That cannot happen from your best players. So again, maybe I'm not being all too fair to the MVP and the 2-time World Series champion, but if you're a Dodgers fan, you're not happy with Mookie lately. Now, before we talk about Rintaro Sasaki, the #1 Japanese prospect coming to the US, we're going to talk about today's matchups. We'll talk about the Rangers game after the Astros and the Minnesota Twins. So I love this website. It's called Baseball Savant. These are the probables, and it shows the pitcher stats versus the hitters that are going to be in the opposing lineup. So Christian Javier, even though he's not been very good in 2023, he owns the current Minnesota roster. He's held them to a 0 batting average, so he had 17 plate appearances, did not allow a single base hit, and he struck out 35% of the hitters that he faced. Sonny Gray, on the other hand, he's holding the current Astros lineup to a 270 batting average. So right now on paper, even though it's only 17 plate appearances, Christian Javier, he has the advantage over Sonny Gray, but then again, we're talking about Sonny Gray here, so this is going to be a toss-up in my opinion. Yeah, I can't really say the same about the Orioles at the Rangers. Nathan Eovaldi has one of the biggest mismatches I've ever seen in the history of the playoffs. Dean Kremer, he's got some tools and everything like that. He went to UNLV, so I want to support him because that is a Las Vegas college. But on paper against the Rangers lineup, he's basically allowing them to hit 300 with a 363 xWOBA. That is just a fancy saber metric, like expected results. So he's expected to give up a ton of runs, whereas Nathan Eovaldi, he's expected to be really good. He's only walked 2% of the Orioles hitters, while at the same time, he's striking out nearly 27% of them and holding them to a 265 batting average. So on paper, the Rangers, they should sweep. For the next few moments, we're going to go ahead and showcase Rintaro Sasaki. I hope I said his name right, but he is skipping the NPB draft. He is heading straight for NCAA baseball, so that means he's going to either be playing at Vanderbilt or he's going to choose a college, but he is coming to the United States. Rumor has it, again, he's going to Vanderbilt. This kid hit 138 home runs in high school, which is a Japanese record. This would be like Bryce Harper skipping the MLB draft to go overseas and play somewhere else. Like, he is the #1 prospect in all of Japan. Rintaro, he would have been the #1 overall pick. Some other Japanese superstars that could be coming over to Major League Baseball over the next few seasons. Roki Sasaki, the 21-year-old flamethrower who was in the World Baseball Classic. In 2023, over 91 innings, this kid racked up 135 strikeouts. That is a 13.4 strikeouts per 9. He had a 1.78 ERA, but he's not even the best pitcher that could be coming over. Another World Baseball Classic pitcher, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. This kid is insane. He just turned 25 years old. In 2023, he had a 1.16 ERA. Now, he's not the strikeout merchant like Roki Sasaki, but this kid, I believe he's won back-to-back Cy Youngs. I think he's won back-to-back MVPs. This guy is going to get a ton of money, and apparently the Mets and the Yankees are in the front running right now to acquire his services. So between Rintaro Sasaki, Roki Sasaki, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, there could be a ton of superstar talent coming to the big leagues pretty soon. All right, today's Immaculate Grid. I have not seen it yet, so let's see how fast we can get this done. The Blue Jays and the Padres. Oh, this one's easy. BJ Upton from back in the day. I can't believe it's been 7 years since he retired. The Brewers and the Padres. What's his name? Esteury Ruiz. Let's see if he pops up. Esteury Ruiz. He was on both teams. A 200 strikeout season for the Padres. I'm going to go Blake Snell. I feel like this is going to be a high rarity pick. 42%. My goodness. The Blue Jays and the Cubs. Blue Jays and the Cubs. No one's coming to my head. The Brewers and the Cubs. Victor Caratini, because I think he was Yu Darvish's personal catcher for a while. 200 strikeouts for the, I'm going to go Jake Arrieta. He definitely had 200 strikeouts, 19%. A Blue Jay and Brandon. Oh, God, come on. Brandon Belt. He was definitely on both teams. Brewers and the Giants. No one's coming to my head right now. A 200 strikeout season. I'm going to go Lincecum. And I know that. Wait. Oh, here we go. Tim Lincecum. All right. Who was on the Brewers and the Giants? McCutchen. He was on both teams. And then we have one more. A J and a Cub. A J and a Cub. Why can't I think of anyone? Who was on both teams? Blue Jays and the Cubs. Roberto Alomar. Wasn't Roberto Alomar on both teams? I'm pretty sure he was. He wasn't. I could have gone Jonathan Villar, Yan Gomes, Brandon Morrow. What about some other guys? Edwin Jackson. Why did I not use his name? That's going to do it for today's recap. I appreciate you guys watching all the way until the end. And if you did, do me a favor, leave a like. And if you're brand new, click that subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.